Hello and welcome once again to Wars Going On. I'm Octurus. We are here on the Forerunner server. As ever, I'm joined by Sebastian Keynes to bring you the latest in what's going on in Watcher of Realms. As ever, this is a community-based podcast. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and share with your guildmates. Share with anyone who you think might be interested, because it really does help grow the channel. Obviously, we've been, me, has been on a bit of an extended hiatus over the summer holidays, and I'm back. I'm ready to do this again. And there is a lot to cover, because pretty much every week I was away, they were dripping out updates. There is too much to go over in one episode. I posted patch notes on the Discord, on the Dragon Slayers Discord. I have posted them on my channel in the notes. So if you want to hatch over those, do chop over to those locations, because the information is there. But otherwise, this episode would be 3 hours long, and nobody wants that. But we're here. Season 10 has landed. Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead and finish it up.
Okay, so we're here. The anniversary is over. Season 10 has landed here on the Forerunner server, and we're starting to get to play with that and experience the hell that is Valeria on these new maps. We've got news about new heroes who are on the horizon. We've had glow-ups to other heroes. It's all happening, so do stick with us, because we're going to go through as much as we've got time for tonight. And I will try and get this all nicely chaptered up so that you can share it easily with people. Okay, Sebastian, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. So during the break, I started other projects. There is some other stuff that I'm trying to finalize here. And as we get into the Tide discussion, I can drop some hints there as to what I've been working on. But it was a nice little break. I needed it. I needed it to get away from Watcher of Realms, especially after some of the changes that the developers did, and they weren't favorable. Let's be honest. So it needed to step away a little bit. Just not let it steam over too much. But you know the situation in the background right now with what I decided to do and all the stuff. So I think that as we continue on here. And after I called it with the War of Fates, I am seeing some red flags as we progress here in the future. So we'll see what the next 6 months bring. But I do think that we do have kind of like, we know the playing cards from their point of view at this point. So.
Yeah, obviously, while we were off air, we had the Soulstone controversy that appeared. There was the Soulstone pack. Which was generally, for a lot of people, left a bad taste in their mouth, and understandably so. It's more money that I want to spend on a digital asset in a game for a slight advantage. But there are people out there who saw it as the thing to do and something they were happy to spend their money on. So,
I never expected them either to drop Ancient Lord only pack too. That is because I always thought it would be like, here is a faction one, you might have a chance, might be low, but in this one it was blatant. Here's a Lord, get it. Hopefully you get the one you want.
And it was 80% chance of getting one of the ancient exclusives as well. So it was weighted towards getting one of the exclusives. So it was definitely an interesting strategy by them. Obviously, they've made a lot of money off that, so they're going to be looking good for their half-year figures. And well, hopefully that will build the war chest to mean that they've got development budget for the remainder of the year.
This is what I said once: is if you're having problems bringing in new players into the game, then what you're going to do is try to drive the ecosystem that is already in place with the players that you do have. So in the future here, is it going to be a continuation of what we're seeing, or will they drive some of these, like you said, profits towards trying to bring in new people in? And that's what I'm waiting to see, if we see more ads for the game and stuff like that. I will
As
say,
long as they're not like that horrific 6-part soap opera that they
that's
put
what
out.
I
I
was going to
don't know.
that didn't help. That did not help.
If you haven't seen it, I will drop a link to it. But oh my god, the acting was so bad. And they did more than one part of it. It was just horrible.
I mean, maybe they should do more of the Theo went blind aiming, type of skit if they wanted to do it with a different character. But
honestly, get Viva La Dirt League to do their marketing for them because they'll do a better job.
It was, oh man. And of course, I don't think I don't know if we helped with the singing that we did.
It's been 2 long years since we first set out.
I know, exactly. I do have to say to the other. I want to make sure I don't skip. It was 4 participants, so it was a total of 6 of us. But to the other 4 of you that participated in that, great job. I know that they managed to somehow edit it to make us look good, but yeah, that whole thing really came out nice at the end.
Yeah, it was good fun. And I mean, considering we literally had a week to learn the song, record the video, and get it into them, it turned out well. And everyone's really good effort. I do hope to get some of the guys on the channel, just to have a quick chat, say thank you to them at some point in the near future. Unfortunately, because I'm in and out at the moment, my schedule is a little bit unclear. But yeah, near future, I'm going to try and get some of those guys on just for a quick chat to speak to them as their experiences in Watcher of Realms.
Perfect.
So, onto the game, onto the actual stuff of what's going on in Watcher of Realms. So, yes, as I said, Season 10 started, lots of new maps. We will try and fit a new season analysis in of what's going on with the towers. Obviously, we'll be able to be in a bit better place because we'll be able to give you more of an idea about what's going on in terms of the actual flow, what teams are working, and hopefully before it lands on global, because you're just about to go into the Gladiators Gauntlet for Season 9, and so you're about 2 weeks away, and so we'll probably just about hit the bang-on window for Season 10, feeding in what we've seen on Forerunners to give you a good flavour of what's going on. So this is kind of like what the Season 10 tower looks like, and the keep is like this. So they are what they are. They're pretty difficult to build on. I will give you that now, and we'll discuss those closer to the time. But there are certain teams compositions that work particularly well.
So the TLDR on that right now is I can tell you guys they opened up the platforms, so at least there's more engagement there. The ground is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. In terms, the ground will dictate your platform. So even though they open up the platforms, some of those styles are going to be useless. And what doesn't help either are the new Demon Soldiers, because some of them are sniping platform units 2 tiles away. So either way, there's always something. There's always something with the GG stuff. So.
Yeah, I haven't played with the new Ice Mage, but it does look to be an interesting unit. So I've got to build it up. I've only got it like level 4 at the moment, so I'm sticking as many gold soapstones as I can, void cores into it as I can.
Well, the biggest headache right now is Kirby, and that's what we are in the Rising Horde affectionately calling him, because once you get him to level 5, that thing is just ridiculous. I don't know why. That's a nicer
description than it's being used on the Dragon Slayers DS1. Yeah. But yes, it's the toothy little monster it's ridiculous healing with its million HP per second heals that it kicks off when you fed it a bunch of spiders, which I could see happening from the moment I first saw it. Was you feed it spiders or necroskeletons, and it would just kick off, and it does, and it's great. And somehow managed to sneak the shaman into that chaos, and oh my goodness, there's nothing that it's not going to eat through. So, yeah.
They might want to reconsider the 10 stack thing. That's just where I'm going to leave it at right now.
Yeah, I don't have it. I am very jealous. I went for the ice. I went for the Frost Guardian. I got it to the level 5, and I'm not seeing the same level of success as those who've chosen Kirby.
Kirby, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, it was pretty much after it. Well, okay, in the global side, pretty much after it was noticed what was happening. It was a mandate. Do not pick the ice guy. Pick Kirby until they nerf him. We're going with Kirby. That was the call. It was like, don't choose the other one. So everybody pretty much has Kirby now, level 5.
Yeah, I mean, I chose a Frost Guardian. I've built him up to level 5, and I'm happy with my choice. I needed a strong defender. However, he doesn't have at level 5 the damage reductions that he needs. He's got a HP pool, and he can take a lot of stuff coming in, but at the same time, he just doesn't have that ability to push through in the same way. So, yeah. Make choices in these games. You live and learn.
You live and learn, exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so the absolute latest patch note that we've got. So the long-awaited Elddr rework, and I believe in the episode I had with Mystical a few weeks ago, I predicted a glow up to Elddr at the end of August, and here we are at the end of August with an Elddr glow up, and I'll drop a link to it. Just like, look, told you it was coming, and it's here. So there we go. Here we go. Elddr gets now an AoE fighter. So with a 2 attack range, which was one of his big problems, that he was only a single tile. They've slowed him down, but that's standard with AoE fighters. They've also changed his Lord skill, which I'm not so keen about. And I think it's a slight nerf on his Lord skill. Where is it?
Let me pull it up here. So I don't have my global account open, but they changed it to. Let's see here. Something about.
Have they changed? They took that out. They didn't change it. They've updated the patch notes, because when they first released it, they had it change his Lord skill.
I thought the talent was the one that changed. I didn't think that they modified the faction tag, because when I covered it in my channel, somebody made the comment that they wish that they would have modified the Lord bonus. That's what they were looking more towards. But I don't remember unless it was in the initial, and then they didn't. Here, I'm looking in the gallery.
I'm just reading over my notes again, the patch notes again, because I got them on the first day. Faction Northway 5. No, you're right. They didn't change the Lord skill. Made a mistake.
Somebody was hoping, and I know that somebody in my thread or in my comments said I was hoping that they would change his faction bonus, or that little extra boost in attack that he gave allies.
But that's really good. It's like a 20% attack when they've got a shield, 30% attack bonus when they've got a shield, and that basically means that you've got 2 types of shielded fighters. You've got someone who gets a defense bonus when they've got a shield, and then you've got one who grants a attack bonus when you've got a shield. So it gives you more flexibility within the team. So I wouldn't have changed it for a world. I really like his Lord skill. That's why as I say, so yeah, faction allies get 20% bonus
attack,
do extra damage.
Yep.
So that's really good. Then they've tweaked pretty much everything else in the skills. So what have we got? They talents changed so that when he has a shield, he deals extra damage. So he now does 30% current shield strength, and they've basically given him more ways to gain shields. Basic attack does Thunder Hammer. Thunder Hammer does big hit, but then if you come into here, yeah, Thunderhammer has no shield, then he gets a shield. So basically, you're always cycling a shield on it. So improves his survivability, great. Increases his damage, great. And I actually think they tweaked his numbers slightly, because I don't remember him having 6k base attack.
I can check the global account here really quick if my computer behaves, and then I'll let you know.
So I wonder if they... I know his defense was really high, his HP was really high. But that's like one of the third highest attacks.
So what I was trying to imagine in my head in terms of his play, because let's say you don't have King Hearts and all of a sudden you got this guy. I'm wondering if he can stomach GR2, the high levels of GR2 with the extra shields. And not only that, you have all these golems coming at you. Maybe he does a little bit more damage than a Hearts would, so you can then eliminate them if you don't have the long extenders. That's kind of the test that I want to do when I have time. I know the new heroes are the thing right now, these two that just came out. But yeah, Elddr is the one that I'm really more curious about, given that he's an OG hero. But yeah, it's let me see here.
I think the only thing I said it a couple of weeks ago when Mystica was on, but I think the only thing I would have liked to see done to his talents would be that he got they played more into his lightning god theme.
Yeah,
and he did random lightning strikes around the battlefield. Sort of not true damage like Praetus, but just magic damage. So playing into
his basic attributes right now in global are HP is 29,991 and attack is 6,257.
Okay, so I'm imagining that they boosted his attack skills then. So fair enough. He's still got really good stats for what he is. If you compare him to Rygar, so another ancient lord who's designed to be tanky and in the face. Where is he? Here we go. Who's 2,800, 6,223. I mean, Rygar can pretty much stand in the front line and punch people and survive if you build him that way. Because he's got all of his self-healing built into his kit during his ultimates, and you can get him to cycle his ultimate pretty quickly. So he's a damage monster who can take a hit and survive. And I think that's what they've tried to do with Elddr. Now, I'm going to have a play with him, because at the moment I don't know if you've looked at the new Nightmare stages, but I'm struggling with the stages for the faction trials, because rather than, we will get to it, but rather than boost it by 3 like they've done with Watchers and Esotericists, they boosted it by 6, and the damage spike is pretty tight.
Oh, it did open today. Okay. Well.
Oh yeah. It opened. So faction trial, we're a bit all over the place, but it wouldn't be wars going on without being all over the place. So yeah, there you go. So we've got up to 18 now. Now, for me, chasing these
just for those of you that are listening and you just heard me say, "Oh, it did open up today." I'm gonna just a little secret here. I kind of gave up the Forerunner account, people. It was time to step away a little bit from it, and because there was other stuff that I wanted to work on, and there's other stuff that I'm looking into right now. So I had told Arturos, trying to keep 2 accounts running now is really, really time consuming. So something had to go for me to be able to start this other project. So unfortunately, it was the Forerunner account. So I don't log onto it as much as I used to. So when I see this, it's like, oh, I forgot we got new Nightmare stages, and I have to go look at him. So
so you're gonna have fun with this one. I'm told that you can ignore the glowy orbs of death. I haven't found a way to ignore the glowy orbs of death.
Okay.
But because I think if the glowy orbs hit the exit cord, they don't count. But even so, they will wreck anything that they hit, with the exception of Kineza. If Kineza procs, she can survive.
Okay. So it is kind of like those little spinning things that came in the anniversary event. You know, like you didn't have to kill them, but they did do a certain amount of damage on their way out of the,
no.
the battle.
They hit. It's like being hit by a suicide bug. With a fiery pool of lava that's left behind. So you cannot survive it. It's like being hit by a screeching banshee that you can't push away.
This faction doesn't have healers either. This is going to be great. Okay. Oh, there's a preview, people. Oh, man. All right. Cool. Make notes.
So, yeah. So I've recorded stage 13. I don't think I've got the best strategy, but it's going to be an early one and it's going to be posted. So there we go. I'll get it up in the next day or so. Right, so back to where we were, back to the game. So Elddr's had a buff.
I'm sure that the content creators that have the time to do 7-hour streams will be fine dealing with all those stages. I'll see what I can do like 1 hour's time, but I won't promise anything too big.
No. So Elddr's had a big buff. Thunder Incantation, they've boosted his ultimate, no, wait, that's his talent. So Thunder Incantation, he increases attack. Hero gains the shield. Oh, sorry, this is his ultimate, sorry. Hero gains the Thunder Shield, allies of the same faction, temporarily gain Elddr's talents. Ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. Great. So previously, the Thunder Reduce was based on his HP. It's now based on his attack. So you want to build him with more attack than you might have done previously, rather than more HP, because that's going to be feeding his ultimate shield. So you're going to be have to think about how you build him for survivability. Storm of Retribution is one of his passives. This increases the Thunderhammer chance, and now it gives him a shield if he doesn't have a shield. So again, they're giving him more opportunities to have his shield up. He gets the 30% damage bonus if he's got a shield. More shields, more damage, more better. And again, when taking damage, he gains a shield, more shields, and he gets a max HP. Gains a shield equal to his max HP. Gets a damage increase. And it can be triggered every 35 seconds. So it probably won't help with Gear Raid 2 unless it's giving him enough damage to be able to take out the things as they're coming in.
It's the multiplier. It's whether this is enough for him to be able to do that much damage. But I'm going to tell you that one of the things, at least for me, was that Elddr was one of the early summons that I had in the Forerunner account. Mm-hmm. And he helped me in terms of progression, especially if came down to AMR 18, handling that corner when you're trying to make sure that nobody gets past so the boss doesn't get the buffs. In all that, I'm thinking of that kind of aspects, right? It's like, will he still be able to help in progression? Will he accelerate your ability to get into the progression? I think that with the change here, the developers are trying to make him more end-game viable. And that's what I'm really curious to see if those are going to be the areas where he is going to be able to help. And if this is, in fact, maybe an opportunity for him to be used on something like the Keystone Trials, right? Because it's AoE now. He can target more people. And then maybe you can bring in Northerners just so you're not restricted to being, you only have, these long range that are Watch Guards or Nightmares. Now you can possibly and you have shields, so you can survive a little bit, and you have an opportunity.
I was speaking to someone the other day, and they were saying that they were using Gwen in the Malrik trials, and that if you then got Elddr as your lord, and you have them behind a defender, and there are plenty of defenders in the northern faction, so yeah, absolutely, that's a really good strategy.
Yep.
Okay, so a couple of tweaks on his awakenings. So allied heroes also get the Thunder Aegis effect. So they get shield equal to their 20% of their attack, so that's really nice. And again, because of his Lord skill, they're gaining more attack as well, so it again increases the team's damage output. Damage increase on his A3, and the Thunder Hammer, which is his passive, deals extra damage. So yeah, lots of damage output for him, more ways of gaining shields, more ways of doing damage. I think overall it'll be really interesting to play with him. I've got mine built, I just need to find some content to use him in.
Yeah.
Aeris, now this is a nice tweak. So Aeris was a great ranged fighter. He looks like he's got the lovely eagle's head going on with him, and I've got him semi-built at the moment because I was using him earlier. There he is. There we go, with his lovely glowy red eyes. And they've tweaked him quite a lot. They've added a they've reduced his cost. That's the fundamental difference. So he was 26, so he was like as much as Ajax to deploy, and now he's 22. So he's a slightly more expensive version of Lubu and Valkyra at a naught. So he's 4-tile range, but then you get to his A1. His A1 always increased his range by 1. Now it also increases the range of his ultimate as well, also increases by 1, and inflicts damage reduction on the enemies in that. I thought, and I just will go back to his skills because it's, I think, his Destiny Decree. No, one of them increases now adds damage. There we go. Mighty Thrust. Mighty Thrust now inflicts magic vulnerability on allies, enemies ahead, on enemies for 3 seconds. So it's kind of adding that Valkyra-ness to him, but in different factions.
Correct. This is a big one because this should allow him to do a little bit more damage. And I'm actually surprising his A1, they kind of added like this protection mechanism because now you're getting damage reduction from a DPS unit. It's not something that I typically see a lot in gacha games where the DPSs are applying these type of debuffs on enemies. But so they went 2 ways. It's just help your tank, a good defender or anybody around it, and also increase his ability to do damage.
Yeah, and when you get him to A1, his cost then drops to 20 as well, which isn't actually listed in here. There it is, cost -2. There it is. So his cost then drops to 20. It's the same as Valkyra. Anyway, you would want to use Valkyra, you now have an alternative to use because you've now got that straight range, make him more viable in GVG. Actually, that would probably make him a lot better, a lot more viable in GVG, and it means that the Watchers and the Esotericists have got some more options for putting together teams in terms of chaos, because if you're reducing the damage that's coming into your tanks, you're increasing their survivability. It means you've got more time to take out the things which are attacking you. So okay, what else did they change on him? Yep, so that was it. Cost down. During the ultimate, the Unrelenting Will trigger, so that's his blasts all over the map, has gone from 4 seconds to 3 seconds, and A5, they ignore MRes. So, sorry, that's increased from 20 to 25%. So a slight improvement in the amount of damage he does on those. So.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But overall, really nice addition, buff to him. I think I was already looking for getting him to A1. This now gives me even more reason to chase that A1 for him because, I think it's a good unit.
With him, the A1 was his like elevation point, right? And then everything else was a sweetener if you got extra copies of him thereafter. But yeah, I'm glad that they figured out a way to reduce his cost. I think they should have just made him 20 to begin with, and then worried about other aspects of it. But interesting tweak to him.
I mean, what they should have done for Cratch was make his base costs like 18, and every time you got a copy, they increased his cost by 2. Oh, Cratch. I'm sure he's next on the hero to be looked at. One of the next
Oh,
ones to be looked at.
sure. Yeah, are you surprised that we didn't see him in there in that picture that is?
Look,
And
of all
I got
the
snark.
heroes in that list, arrogance does not need to be boasted. I love arrogance. Okay?
Yeah, I do too. But you know they pretty much slanted it towards arrogance. I mean, it was obvious with the list. Now, I did get a little bit snarky in that thread because I said, "Listen, if you guys have to list Ancient Lord hero, if you're asking if they needs to be buffed, I think you guys answer your own question there. don't be asking if Ancient Lord heroes need to be buffed. If
Well, I think
they
it's because
do,
people are fed up of Garn like taking two bomb bugs to the face in GVG and then just dying and then a team falling to pieces.
I think that's a bug. I think it's a bug that they can't see or they can't recognize.
Yeah.
It's weird that he dies to level 7 bombs. It's just no. I think that's a bug.
Yeah,
that passive is not proper.
Yeah, that's definitely a one that's a problem. And but then some of the other heroes who were on there, they're absolutely fine. I mean, for me, and I said it before and I'll say it again, Gwen needs a buff. She needs to be a better healer than Vortex. And she really isn't. She's very good at playing one big shield on one unit, but you can never reliably guarantee which unit that's going to go on. And unless she's A3 and she's spreading around those bubbles more to around than that just one unit, she's a pain in the bum to use.
As you said before, make her do what her video clip or whatever it is that she's doing. Yeah, heal and protect everybody. That's not what she's doing.
No, she's selectively bringing someone back with a 10% max HP heal. That's not enough.
No.
30%, then we're talking, but 10%, yeah.
So how many more patch notes is Rygar going to show up in? There's always something with him, I swear.
Well, I mean, he and Tallulah, I think, are running neck and neck for the most adjustments to their patches.
Yeah, there's always something with this too.
Maybe there's something happening in lore, and one day the story will come out. Anyway, so fix some. This was just a correction of skill text, so I don't have a problem with that. It was a typo, but they've just made it a big thing. And fixed an issue where he had unstable damage output in rare cases. Okay, ominous. Okay, Malrik. Now this is
damage in the base. Can't have that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Malrik's keystones. Let's just dive straight over here and have a look at this.
Yeah,
so
just TLDR it, man. Because
so they've added auto fights to these. Okay, let's put one in. So first up, level 1 and 2. They've added an auto fight feature. You can save gear and everything, which is great. But if you change, if the modifiers change, the saved team, because you can only save one, is useless. I mean, you might be able to go in and manual it, but if you suddenly have one where you go in on auto and there's suddenly a spawn behind you, like bomb bugs coming in behind you, and you're not set up for that, you're wrecked. The only benefit is that they've now added crystal energy, and this is a controversial one. This is the one which is going to piss the most people off, especially those who are doing the high-end level 4 complex 5 or 6 modifier battles. If you start a battle now, you consume 1 energy. If you quit, you lose energy. If you restart the game, you lose energy. So no more infinite cycling to get the perfect combination. You got 2 attempts, make them count.
Time to complain. Time to complain.
The one positive thing I will take away from what they have done to Malrik's Trials now is add the battle gallery. Now, this is currently not populated on the Forerunner server, and I think it's just over time it will populate. But what they've done is they've pulled out all of the modifiers which are available in the game, and they're going to have a list of heroes who people have used when fighting these encounters. And that will help people go, okay, so who else has encountered this thing? What did they use when fighting it? Okay, well, do I have that hero? Well, I don't have that hero, but I do have that hero. And it might help people craft teams together. I know Sebastian was running something on his Discord, which was kind of doing a similar thing of pulling together videos or where trials where people had done various combinations. This is kind of that concept in game. And they've also got a free text search, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, so they added exactly what I was envisioning in trying to help people out. So
yeah,
this is I'm trying to look to see if they've added the drowsiness one, because that's a key that some people are still trying to remove.
There it is.
I'm gonna if the hero is not in the game right now, it will be coming soon. That's pretty much
Yeah, this drowsiness one does seem to be really problematic because it can't be cleansed.
Exactly.
And it's not like in Honor's Gauntlet, where if you get hit, you wake up. You're just asleep.
It's not sleep. No, they actually called it drowsiness. It's a whole different mechanic. Yeah, I thought it was like sleep, but it isn't. It's a whole different concept.
Yeah, so this is really problematic for everybody at the moment, and it may be that heroes are coming, but for the majority of the player base, we are going to have to get used to not completing the high-end level 3, level 4s perfectly every time. It's not going to happen.
So it's supposed to consume an energy as you progress in the battle, right? And then if you pull back, also kind of you gain one back, is what they said in the patch notes, right? So I imagine that if you're running it, you get to a stage, it consumes it, and then you say, oh, I'm going to lose it, I'm going to backtrack. But now you only have 1 out of 2. So the next time that you come in, you're going to have to use it. There's no backtracking after you reach that end point or that middle point or wherever they say you consume the energy.
It's when it's not a key, it's not a save point. It's when the battle ends, regardless of whether you abandon it, whether you lose. You can either take the rewards or lose the keystone. Or lose an energy. Yeah,
so they're giving you a chance to run it again, essentially.
Yeah, and then, they're giving you one do-over on everything.
So you quit the game, you lose energy. You come in, you do it again, you quit the game, you lose it. Now there's no more keystone, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then while you were gone, they added, after the last wave, they added a 90-second timer.
Yeah, right? I saw that.
So somebody, it was sitting in a video or in my Discord, came to me and said, this is a bad change. And I said, okay, how so? For some of the Baron keys, the high-level Baron keys, they had told me that one of his strats was kill everything around Baron first and then kill Baron. Mm-hmm. Now, the way that he sees it is that with the 90-second timer, he won't have enough time to kill everything around and then target Baron. He's going to have to go after Baron. And then everybody else is going to gain the shield or whatever it is. So he said those are actually now going to be harder to clear with the Baron, the Baron one. So just a little example like that. So
sounds like he needs to be cycling Magda faster. So keep those guys away.
I don't know. Are they trying to complicate this system even more now with all of this, or they just getting tired of us not using the keystones? I don't know what it is, to be honest.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing that they added. So
Just
if you're sick of running your level 1 keystones because you see no value in it, I can go into reasons why that's a bad idea. Then you can choose to destroy them.
But I wish that they would give you something back for it, and they didn't add that. I wish that there would like spin some dust that you can use to later form a keystone or elevate the rarity of one of the ones that you have. And maybe that can work in the future, but yeah. And I wouldn't throw them away if you can. But yeah, like you said, the auto battle feature, it all depends on the modifier if it's going to work.
Yeah, because I set my auto battle save, and I inserted my next keystone because I'd been maxed at 50 for ages because I hadn't had time to play. And then I looked at the next one. It's like, okay, this one has bomb bugs in it. It's like, oh right, yeah. Well, that auto battle's useless. I'm going to have to run that one manually. So I think if it's literally the 1 and 2 blues, then yeah, absolutely, it's going to work fine. I could probably insert this on auto and do it smash a guard 2 tile damage. That one probably it's going to come down to how my Kagiri handles the incoming damage, but it's doable because it's only a level 2. So yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out, but the chance of it running successfully.
The only benefit now is that you can try to put like one comp together that you think might cover all bases, right? So always have Decimus. Hold on. Decimus at level 1, 2 to deal with the suicide bombs because they ruin level 3 and level 4 because they increase the splash damage of the bombs. So that Decimus strat is not going to be able to be used anymore. But so you set it auto, you gear it, you run it, and then on the next one, if you have suicide bombs, you go auto, you come out of it, and you're going to have to manual it, but at least everybody's geared. You don't have to worry about gearing everybody now again. So maybe
that is the only advantage that I can see. It's nice that it'll drag if you have the thing and you click on that and it takes you over to the battle guide. I guess the only other thing that they added. I've drawn a complete blank now. Never mind. They changed up the way the rewards come out. So currently on global, I think you get them highest to lowest is how they display and then open. Now they flip the order of the opening on Forerunner. Happened last week.
You're disappointed at the end, not at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, it changes up the level of disappointment, but I mean, at least it then feels logical in the way that they're opened up the lowest to highest. But it's still overall it's decent content. It's challenging. It still takes up a lot of time, and we've had the anniversary, so there's just been lots of time sinks in game. Now the anniversary's over. I've got a bit more time, so yeah, might have a bit more opportunity to run through them all and start building up some of my teams. But the level 3, level 4 ones are still like at the peak level of concentration for me, and don't have
and then the other big thing here, just to close out the trials, at least for this update, is that they now added the opportunity for us to put it in storage, so we're no longer getting the messages, oh, you're capped. They're just going to be transferred over, and then you can run them whenever you want to.
Yeah, so now you kind of like get a chest. You get a chest and it gets dumped into your inbox, and then you can claim it. So,
yeah, because I don't know if you suffer for it, but there was early on there was a bug where I collected my Titanic ruined rewards, and because I was capped at the keystones, it said your keystones are capped, and then I got an error 3 message, and then I didn't get the rewards. And then they had to roll them out later. Yeah. So that was one big bug. And then now, at least in my global account, if I'm capped and I'm trying to open up an Abyss chest, and then there's a keystone, or I can't remember which account did it, but trying to get a keystone out of it, then it tells you, no, you can't collect the rewards. You're capped. So hopefully this kind of fixes that, and they just let it go into storage or wherever they want to put it.
That was it. Someone on the Dragon Slayers community showed me a screenshot of one of these tiles, and it had the word extra written at the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. But I assume that So I think the general consensus was it was potentially they had a duplicate of the.
Yeah.
And the only way the game knew how to deal with that was to literally call it extra. So, yeah, I don't know what the outcome of them running it was, but whether they got double rewards or whether it was more challenging or something. But be aware that that can happen.
All right, let's go to the other ones here.
Okay.
Let's see if we can.
So we've done that. We've done Malrik, gear, and artifacts. So Cataclysm. Cataclysm, the variant of, well, it's the variant gear, really, isn't it? It's where you get your exclusive gear for all of your heroes and DPS heroes, and because we don't like to talk about Hell's Lament. It knows what it did. So Cataclysm's now been increased from every fight, having to do it for 5 seconds. It's now gone up to 8 seconds. So basically, you've got more time for the buff to last before the effect drops off.
The stacks.
The stacks drop off. I think I would prefer that because of the way it goes, that as it's you. If you don't hit someone, you lose one stack, and then lose another stack, and then rather than losing all stacks, because that would make it more comparable to Soulbound, because you're not having that. Oh, there's a gap in the waves. I've dropped off. I mean, because you do want to
make is just let the stacks stay and or not. I mean, because that's the thing with Soulbound Arcana. That's the benefit of it, right? After you use it so many times, it stacks up and maintains. So, but I do see the benefit for going from 5 to 8 seconds, because now the stacks are allowed to remain a little bit strong. But that's the thing, is that some of us GBG players like to use the Cataclysm set because there's a lot of you get benefit from the exclusive stuff. But if people time it so the hero does not attack and loses the stat, then you lose whatever power it is that you tried building already. So it's kind of one of those things that when you build the defense, you got to think about, okay, if I'm going to use Cataclysm set, I got to make sure that this is a defense that cannot be break with long pauses. It has to be something that has constantly, something has to be constantly happening.
Let's be honest, Soulbound Arcana is one of the longest running, most popular bugs in the game, and no one likes to talk about it.
No, because if they change it, there would be a riot.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's supposed to be on each time that unit uses an ultimate, but it's just bad coding. Spaghetti coding means that it's probably, it goes off global ultimate usage. So, it's broken, but everyone loves it. They fixed the interaction of Invigoration and Wings of Grace with Sanctity units, so they will stop trying to buff Anora. Yay. And Runic, and they fixed how Malrik assigns artifacts as well. So, not Runic Augmentation Chip. That's the one. So you can now hit the. This was something Prospector put in a suggestion for. It's basically previously you couldn't. If you rolled an attack bonus, you couldn't then roll another attack bonus stat. You would have to change the stat and hope to get an improvement on the attack. So
the first person that indicated this to me was Jake Smash, and then
Jake, not Prospector.
And then I went into the test server and I tried doing it, and it was like, no, I would never get that stat again. And I don't know why they coded it so the stat that you rolled, it would become null and you couldn't improve on it, and it was stupid. So I think that Jake sent it in and said, hey, there's something, this should be fixed, and then they fixed it. So I was going to ask, you think that spaghetti coding came from War of Embers?
Well, we are going to have to do the episode on the history of this game. I mean, because there is so much to talk about. Probably is the answer.
Hey, what's next?
Okay. So gear dungeon no longer consumes stamina. So if you have done your gear dungeon before the patch note comes through, you get a 4,000 energy in your inbox, but not as a block of energy. They give it to you in small stamina potions, so you have the opportunity to use it when you want, which is really good because it means you can save it up for the next big event. So like they're dumping a story mode on it that I bet will have farming stages in it because that's what they like to do now. So you'll be able to use it in things like that.
I forgot. Hey, Moonton, great call on that. So give us a farming mode or a stage where you're suggesting that we farm it on an anniversary event and then drive a nerf on the stamina acquisition. Great job. That was A+ thinking right there.
Look, you know why they. I mean, you know what the farming is like in the top guilds on global. Yeah, they were introducing void cores to global at the same time as they did that. They had to find a way to try and limit the amount of void cores that were getting distributed to those people who were doing lots and lots of farming, because otherwise, because otherwise they would have been facing massive.
That has variable stat gear, and that they decided to add demon soldier fragments to this. It's all about the farming. You can't tell us that we are bored farming. No. Most gacha games players know that the main thing to improve your account is farming. If you want to talk about boredom, Arena is boredom. That piece of crap is boredom. Not
every new unit they're bringing in at the moment is causing so much chaos in Arena. I mean, we've got...
You mean to tell me that you don't want me to farm, but you want me to be hitting goblins in the head with sticks? I mean, come on, dude. Or do that zombie thing that you did. Oh, you don't need to farm. Do the zombie thing here. No, man, come on. That was a dumb move too. You can't be restricted. And people, listen, if you're telling me, but it doesn't affect me, I still have 300 or 3,000 stamina pots in my account. You are hurting yourself. You shouldn't be hoarding stamina. You should be farming the hell out of them. Now, you are restricted. And if you think you're going to use all 3,000 now, that's fine. But when they're throwing events like the War of Fates, where you're supposed to be encouraged to use stamina or do other stuff, that you need to do something on the side with it, and then they drop a nerf like that, come on, man. You know exactly what they're going for there, and it was all about trying to sell those stamina packs. Don't piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining. It's stupid. It was a stupid move.
I still think it's linked into the availability of void cores and reducing the speed at which people are acquiring them, without actually nerfing the drop rates for people who don't farm a lot.
Even free-to-play players could have gotten to level 5 quickly with the void cores, being a free-to-play. And they're saying that the whole stamina acquisition hasn't changed, which is fine, but you're still capping it, okay? And I will say this, if you think about it, I'm going to say all of those of you that were in the content creator program and you were getting diamonds because you were hoping to maybe farm a little bit more, improve your account, they nerfed their ability. They decreased that value of now you doing content for this grab. So no, I mean, it was a dumb change. And essentially it's like, okay, save your diamonds for summons. That's not smart at all times. Especially when you're only getting Cratches and Azors to awaken. I mean, come on, man. No, it was a dumb change. But yeah, that's not part of the patch notes. But it's something that happened while you were gone, and it was a really stupid change.
Yeah, A5 Cratch, it's going to be meta one day, man. A5 Cratch under Ingrid lead.
Okay, well, I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it patiently.
Right. Okay. So where are we?
All the other stuff is like adding.
Yeah. So United Front, they've changed off new stages. So they've changed the map. Basically, we've changed the map.
That's fine.
Hero skins now you get diamonds for releasing when you read the stories. So you now come into the game and you come to the heroes, the galleries. You click on skins, and then you would come over here. You click on the story. I've already collected all of my heroes because I'm a gen fiend. And but basically, every hero who in your account who has a skin that you own, you can click on the story, and it'll give you 50 gems. So it's a nice little. You got a skin. Here's a 50 gem bonus, and they do add up. So. That's quite nice, and it just makes you go, oh yeah, I can afford that $200 skin, or whatever it was. But anyway, it encourages you to go away and read all the stories, or just click and get the free gems. Tide is back. Tide is back with a vengeance. Tide now goes up to 200. I do not want to hear a single person in the comments complaining that it's difficult because you have to re-gear people. You now have 80 gear saves. You need about 20 to do this. Suck it up. You've got 5 saves for GVG.
I hope people didn't sell all their ageless gear because that's boost PP. And to drop all of you a hint, and I will be talking about this in the future here. One of the big projects that I've been working on has been collecting BP data for all the legendary heroes in the game. And I took it further. It wasn't just, BP based on whatever the game recommended. I actually meticulously went and started using exclusive artifacts and exclusive gear to see how much I could boost a hero. So I collected all of the data, and I did find a place to try to centralize it so people would have access to it. And Prospector offer me his website, and so that is where we're going to put a lot of this data. But at the same time, we're going to leave it in a spreadsheet form, because if you guys need to know which heroes could possibly boost the most BP for you to be able to then clear some of the Tide stage, because let's be honest, Tide is all about matching the BP. You don't need to properly gear your heroes. You can have 80% crit rate on them, they'll do fine. It's all about meeting that B threshold. Okay, so for example, Eunomia is a healer, but if you put her in H-less set, her BP skyrockets. So it's a boost there that you can get, and it's probably a boost that people don't know about because they have her in an invigoration set or in the Wind of Grey set. But if you come out, put it into an H-less set, you'll see the BP boost. Now you gain a little bit more. So
Torador in an H-less set is another one.
So it's just little things like that you'll then learn, because Cyrus can be great BP in H-less set as well. So it's just little tricks like that I hope that data you can then use to then come in here and use it to try to meet the BP thresholds of some of these levels. But
and you're going to want to, because this is your opportunity to get your init to A3. I know some people have already pushed their init to A3 because they had the Soulstones and they were going for memes. Prospector, you know what you did. And so this is your opportunity to get your init to A3 off the back honestly. So here we go. So just to show you what his A3 is.
So you mean to tell me Prospector is not a GBG player then, huh? If he's memeing with it. Let's put Soulstones on in it.
Yeah. So there you go. So you get the extra ancient core on him. So basically, when he's putting out his Soulstones as part of his talent, he's then going to be putting one automatically on himself. So rather than 2 ancient cores he's putting out every 8 seconds, he's going to be putting out 3, but one of those is always going to be on him. So it's increasing his damage output. It means that more people are going to have void cores on them. Well, up to 4 people are going to have them when in range, so your Semra damage is going to go up if you're using him there. So yeah, I think this is a really good one for him. So it's free. It just takes a bit of time. You've got to tweak your BP, look at your talents, your Tide talents, because your Tide talents now go up to 50. Sorry, I keep clicking on the leaderboard. Yep. Tide talents now go up to 50. The attack ones give you a big boost, and then start working on the others to maximize your ability to survive. Start with your healers, then go choose between your mages and your archers, and then fill in with the healers, because you're either going to have the BP to survive or you're not. So everything else is...
End game players that haven't touched this in a while, remember you can reset it. So first go for the defense, and then go for the attack, and then everything should strengthen up the BP there as well. So and then you can worry about the healing and the what's the defense? I think it is. Yeah,
defense. It's defense booster, but it's HP on the fighters. But then it's attack on everyone, and then healing on everyone, and defense on everyone. So attack first, and then fill in where you want to across the others. But the ones that are going to make the most difference are the HP, because especially when you get people coming in, throwing fireballs at people who are on platforms, they just gives them that bit more survivability.
Yep.
But so I'm currently
you made it to 170, and that is 15 million. Did I see that right?
So that's 15.3.
15.3. So 160 or 161 was at 13.3, I think it was when I ran it. So so it's scaling up really, really fast.
It's about 300k a level. It does catch you out. I mean, at the moment I've kind of got gear moved around, but it is basically going in, set your top 5 for BP from your GVG team, and then you go and set your top 4 other mages, and your top 4 other archers, and your top 3 other defenders, and a couple of healers, and then you're set to go. And you can even... It doesn't even really matter about positioning. You can do quick remove and quick deploy, and it will put everyone in the best it can. And then you just run it. And then you choose which of button 1, 2, or 3 to press in whichever order. And as long as you don't run into Volker again in her horrendous AoE blast wave, which I imagine will be at 180 because they're like that. And you don't have to do the millisecond timing to stun lock her so that she doesn't kill everybody. Then you'll be fine.
And so what this means is that unless you have every hero at Awaken 5, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get to the 200 level that is available right now. And I imagine because they only made it available to A3, that there will be more coming to possibly get him to A5. So there
you go. Slap was advising these talents to go for early, which is pretty much what we've said. So
top, and then Oh, so he completely forgot the healers. He's like, I don't care about the healers.
Yeah. You need some healers, because otherwise there's one of the other talents that doesn't. You need a couple deployed, because otherwise you don't get one of the other benefits that comes from the primary.
Was that Slap that used Ma, or do you use Ma? More's on mine. The roster that you just flashed there, that was Ma. Did you use Ma for the BP? At least he's useful for something. He is a BP monster. I'll give you that, especially if you have him at 5.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's not in his DVD gear. Sorry, his DVD gear is 121 on mine, but that's because my gear sucks. So I know there are people who can push him to like 125. So. Or higher, and that's without augmentation on gears. So well, my units are all over the place because I've been looking at the nightmare stages and failing badly. So anyway, nightmare faction trials are here up to 18. if you previously thought, oh yes, we were going to be short some faction trolls, the way they found it is by throwing extra 3 in here. This could mean that one trial either isn't going to get one, or someone else, or we now have enough to reach the 330. I haven't sat down and done the sums, but
well, it's interesting. In the dev insight, somebody asked about please bring in factions for the other ones, chaotic and arbiters, and they said something that they're thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't like it because
there might be something beyond the 3. What is it? 2D
339.
39. Yeah, so maybe we'll see. But can you imagine the headaches? Oh, okay. I need 7 chaotic heroes. That was like no.
Giselle finally has a use other than dust.
But yeah, we'll see. Okay. But,
okay, so that's that. Sorry, I know we're running short on time for you, so let's try and run through these last couple of points. Tide's done. Arena has a battle replay, so you can now see where your team is failing on defense. So that's kind of useful. Text errors in hero to play tags. No one reads those anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Attack range of they show the attack range change on Awakened Heroes. We kind of saw that on the Aeris interface. That shows you how the attack range changes. So that's really positive. Good quality of life thing helps people understand what's happening with their heroes. Optimize a guild ward feature, battle recording playback, battle recording previous. So yeah, you have to be on the latest version of the game. Titanic Ruins. They have added gear save. I think they added it last week. It works, but it's kind of problematic because you run into the same problem that you always have with 3.5 speed replay features, and it not quite working. But anyway. Yep. They've added it. People wanted it. It's there. It will probably get you to about stage 4 before things start to go wrong. I did Semra 1 on complete auto because I didn't care, and I got 70k with my team, and that's enough. You only need 50. So.
Well, what I would advise people to do is run it. In the playtest, doesn't save it. So you have to run it the actual run. So run it, let it save. Come in the next week. Let it run, see where the problems lie, and then take over, modify the run wherever you need to pick it up from, and then at the end, save it again, or if the score is higher, it'll auto-save it for you, but then save it again, and then the next week, hopefully it runs like it's supposed to.
I can't see it working consistently because of the RNG and things like rock falls, and that can just screw something up. Like a hero just takes too much damage on one go, and then that's it.
Unless you have 8-3 Eloin, that could be a problematic point. So it's just little things like that you're going to have to watch out for. And depending on your account level and your gear and all this other, and especially if you have a lot of gear that is depending on the variable, like if you bring a lot of heroes with Wailing Skull, I mean, that demon or that little creature pops up whenever it wants to. So that could be adding to your variability. So what I would say is try to scale it so there isn't so much variability where your runs can then remain consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're disbanding a guild, you can still get your rewards from Titanic Ruins. That's good because I know that some people were affected by that. And finally, they've tweaked the Awakening shop. So this is actually worth showing off because if you've got Awakening shop. So now auto fight chances used to be 10 a week for 50. You can now go up to 30 a week. So plenty more opportunity to buy that. Skill crystals, these seem to be consistently in now, both for the 800 and the epics and the 50 gold. So they're there. They've added recast hammers, and they are for epic crystals and for legendary legendary awakening tokens. So you can buy recast hammers on a regular basis now. They've added mystery demon. Yeah, mystery demon chest. They've added one of those in a week for epics and 2 for legendary tokens. So that's really nice. And so they're basically making things that people have wanted more available to people. They've added stuff to they keep saying they've added stuff to the dungeon shop, but the dungeon shop is a mess. And there was they snuck them in.
Yeah.
They snuck them back in. So that seems to be on a weekly reset. So I will be doing some runs and buying those again this week.
That's a big one. Because they're trying to make those demon soldier fragments a little bit more available. Yeah. So
definitely. But especially because they are so transformational, and you really, if you can get the lords, you're flying, because those lords really transform, especially the ice heroes. With Glacius, the demon lord, they start working so much better because he's providing consistent healing to them, and he's got great range as well.
I forgot to check, but gear dungeons right now is still dropping gear and the currency, right? They haven't added chests yet, have you?
No, they've not added anything. So there it is. You can just see it between us here. So materials and exclusive gear and they've added keystones finally, but only 1 to 3.
Yeah, that's fine. But we need to add value to this dungeon. So if at least they're making it so in the shop they're introducing all this other stuff, that's fine. But I think that shop needs to be expanded a little bit more, because there's so much stuff in the game now that you need to farm, and this would be an avenue to do it in. It would be what is this? Background fighting auto sell recommendation feature. So if you weren't aware of this is cropped up as well. So now you can choose to auto sell all gear below mythic. This was something that used to be in, but now you can they brought it back. Now sell non-recommended gear. So that makes fun. So for those of you who, for example, set your runs up and park your phone somewhere, or set your computer running and go off to work, you don't have to worry about running out of storage anymore. It just goes. No. Perfect. Yeah. A great time to bring this in with the stamina restrictions. Great job. Yep.
I told you it's all linked to void cores. All linked to void cores.
They could reduce the rate of the void cores. I don't really care. That's not... We're always.
But they don't want to reduce the reason they haven't reduced the rate of the void cores is the fact that they've introduced these new demons, and they want people to be able to play with them. And so the only way they can do that is by having the void cores available.
But I understand that part. But if you have players that are right now early game, mid game, late, or even probably late game, and they're trying to improve their gear in the account to try to progress into the game modes that are currently available in the end game, which everything is tailored to the end game right now. It slowed them down.
Yeah,
it slowed them down. They can't farm as much anymore, and you just can't restrict. If people really want to push their account, they're being limited right now. That's exactly what they're doing. They say, we don't want you to be bored, but that's not a way to do it. I think that they just feel like we release content, people are clearing it. Oh, we become bored, so let's take the stamina away from them. It's the 0.5% that is saying we're bored. That's it.
Yeah.
And
what we're bored with is arena.
Yeah, and we've shut everything else out. And everybody else out. You can't progress as fast anymore. So, okay. You're saying it's all GBG sent. No, this extends more than GBG. This is what I was saying.
Maybe.
There's so many flaws that they've introduced into the game over the last year that they're losing track of them. And when they try to fix them, they break it even further. So I don't know. I'm still going to be against the stamina transition that they did, because they've slowed everybody down. Everybody wants to improve their gear. Everyone wants to get better artifacts, right? We want to be able to get into AMR and get more artifacts, so then we can kind of come in and improve their stats, or add a different add a different substat to it at the end. So we have one tier of Twilight that might have speed, one tier of Twilight that might have attack, or something like that, right? They completely slowed that down, and I understand why they did that. And I guess if some people are satisfied by that, sure, okay. You know what's going to happen is Okay, you're done farming for the day. You shut the game off, and now you're gonna go and look for something else. If you find something else that is a little bit more enjoyable, and you're not gonna be thinking about what your ROMs until the next day, and then the next day you might say, "Oh, you know what? This other game is attracting me a little bit more. Maybe I want to spend a little bit more time with this." That's where your problem is going to become more apparent. So we'll see. We'll see if it actually plays to their whatever it is that they want to do with it. But it's going to end up hurting them more in the long run.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how this plans out. I mean, they did say they're going to monitor the overall impact on. I don't think they're going to reverse it quickly. Honestly, I really don't.
No, because we know when they make a mistake, it takes them a long time to repair it.
Yeah.
Classic example, Arena 3.0 and the Apex Coin Shop.
Well, I mean, everything they're doing in the Apex Coin Shop is making the situation worse because they feel that those people who are in Apex need to be rewarded. And so every time someone's given a boost to try and get closer to the Apex Coin Shop, they boost the people in Apex to push them even further ahead so people can't catch up.
Yeah, and all I can say is we're monitoring. What are you monitoring? You should know it. You should know the chaos that you cause.
They're mispronouncing monitoring with monetizing.
Or we don't give a crap. That's what that means. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Enough.
Yeah. Enough moaning. Look, guys, it's great to be back. Thank you for joining me once again. It's always fun to do these. I am not going to be doing live streams for the foreseeable future. I do enjoy them. I do enjoy the interaction, but no one watches them.
We'll do them for special occasions. We'll do them for, but there is a inherent problem with it when it comes to analytics. So he needs to maintain the video format. And then maybe we'll bring in the streams every once in a while for specific content or for specific celebration. So I understand that. But just to close it out, if you guys think I'm wrong about the stamina issue, let me know in the comment section, because I am really interested to know. I mean, some of the endgame players, once they shut off the game, they go on and do other stuff. And I see them at the trade. Everybody's playing a different game now. So because, hey, we can't farm anymore. There's nothing else to do. So we'll see.
Yeah. Cool. We will see you all in the next episode. I probably won't be next week. Sebastian and I need to do a bit of diary management to see if we can do an ad hoc thing during the week. But in the short term, it probably won't be next week because I'm away. And we'll see what we can do about an episode otherwise. So we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Okay. See ya.